Well, this is an MLK holiday unlike any other. We're honoring the late civil rights leader for the first time since the racial justice protests that gripped the nation. What would Dr. King have thought about what happened here over the spring and summer after the death of George Floyd? The local thought leaders I spoke with said there was no doubt MLK would have loved the peaceful protests led by young people, but he would have disavowed the violence we saw. So how does King's legacy resonate in 2021? I asked PSU sociologist Dr. Shirley Jackson about the connection between King's movement in the 60s and what we're seeing today.
I think when you look at this past summer's events, the goal was really to bring attention to a wrong that needed to be righted. And that was the same goal of the civil rights movement, to right wrongs. King was looking at social justice issues that tackled a lot of different areas, including the anti-war movement, including poverty. I think the legacy of what King was doing, it showed us that this is something that we have to continue doing. It didn't just end with the assassination of Dr. King.
I also asked Dr. Jackson what she'd like to see people do for the holiday, and she said, get outside your information bubble and expose yourself, Nina, to all different perspectives.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of day of service activities. Does she have any recommendations about another way to do that?
Yeah, she actually did. She suggested reading the book Caste by author Isabel Wilkerson. Time called it a new framework to understand injustice in America. Oprah even chose it for her book club. So we're going to keep this conversation going next hour. We will have more on MLK with the executive director of the Coalition of Communities of Color. That's coming up at 6:45.